We've got NBA basketball in store for you. We're live at the American Airlines Center. We're in Dallas, Texas, the home of the Mavericks. All live on 2K Sports. The NBA on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us this Sunday afternoon. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And on the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. You take a look at the Magic.
Yeah, and they're coming in this game also looking for payback after dropping the last one. They play each other just twice this season, and they certainly do not want to be swept.
No, you never want to lose both games of a season series. They should have plenty of motivation to win this one tonight.
And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. On the wing, Davis. It's hauled in by Dunn. And here are the Mavericks now. It's a three-point game. Greg, as you were saying, beyond the blocks, what makes Anthony Davis special on defense is the way he navigates the floor.
Kevin, most bigs can get picked on in pick-and-roll action. Davis, though, too quick and smart to take advantage of. He can slip screens, hedge, switch, and recover like he's a 3-and-D wing.
Now here's White. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Here he goes. It's tipped. It's stolen by Davis. It's rebounded by Dallas. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, I was able to talk with Coach Jason Kidd. He told me, now that team goes as Anthony Davis. Goes when AD is feeling good and he's in rhythm, everything clicks. Coach said we'll need a team effort at both ends. Our communication has to be excellent, and even then, we're not going to completely stop him, guys.
Thanks, David. Here is Davis following the basket by Bam Adebayo, and the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Dallas has come out of the gates quickly. Now White. Pass to Abaji. Here's Adebayo. Jaquez with the rebound.
Well, the defense just dared him to take that one. Poor execution on their part, but they got lucky.
The three from Davis. Drains the three-pointer.
It's always a good sign when the three is falling for Davis. It really opens up the rest of his game.
Outside, White. Here's Abaji. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating. Slow start for them offensively, 1 for 5. They need to be more patient and find a better look.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Change here. The Magic trailed by 7. Left side, Davis. Here's Sohan. Offline with his 3.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Launches a three. Another three for Dallas.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, Coach Van Gundy, you spent a number of seasons with the Orlando Magic franchise. And looking back at that time, what stands out?
Well, Kevin, what stands out for most coaches in jobs, we actually won a lot there, and the winning stands out. I coached a great group of players, inherited not only talent, but guys of high character. It was winning, and it was fun.
We did a lot of winning down there.
We did.
The Magic trailed by 10. Here's Henderson. And Adebayo sends it back.
Well, Adebayo's a little undersized at the center spot, but he can give you some shot block.
Stolen by Henderson. Shot to stop the run. And it's Washington missing.
Excellent coverage defensively, making it hard on him.
Pass to White. Inside. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Now here is Carter. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
First personal foul. Second team.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And something else that's working for them is ball movement. A lot of their points so far have come as a result of smart plays.
Here's Henderson, and then Henderson with the jam.
And Henderson doesn't need any extra motivation to head straight for the rim.
Pass to Abaji. Back to Carter. And it's done in the corner. Dallas moving the ball around. And then Carter with the dunk.
Building up a big early lead. They have taken charge of this game.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it. Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
And Scoot Henderson picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Dallas making a switch here. Here's Carter. It's hauled in by the Magic. Here's Joe. And it's off from three-point range. Dallas leading by 10. Here's Tyson. Pass to Adebayo. Now Williams. From past the arc. Henderson pulls it in.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
Good on the three-point shot.
Now, part of Henderson's game that's improving. Nice to see him build some confidence from behind the line.
Here is Carter. Magic knocking down the tray. Into the... And then Carter with the dunk.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, you'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
Now here's Henderson. He has 7, and that one's good by Davis.
And over the course of his career, Davis has become a much better shooter.
It's Adebayo, top of the key. 56 seconds left in the first quarter. A wide open look here for Oladipo. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Pass to Henderson. To the paint. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Here's Adebayo. He's guarded by Davis. Fires the three. The shot by Adebayo, no good.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Out of bounds, it'll be Mavericks ball.
And this has been a comedy of errors. I mean, you can just add another one to the list.
There's 10 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Carter. Got a piece of it. He gets it up. No good there. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we'll be back with you shortly. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And quite a position here for the Mavericks to be in. What do you think, guys?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
Yeah, they really trust their depth. They have no problem relying on their bench in crucial situations.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. Anthony Davis broke his defense down for me. He said, I can block shots, switch on to anybody, guard the pick and roll, I can guard the post, I can guard the pin down. So that's my ability. My ability defensively is to do everything. Kevin?
And he does everything. David, thank you so much. Holmes. Just 3 to shoot. Oladipo for 3. Off the mark. His first miss of the game. 1 for 2. Davis inside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And Greg, you think about what they call float game. Why does that one shot earn a nickname like that?
I mean, it's a badge of respect, right? The floaters, teardrops, whatever you call them, runners, often the finishing touch to an already well-developed offensive arsenal.
Now here is Carter. He's got 6. Oladipo outside. And shot on the way. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. The Magic trail by 11. Here's Joe. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Joe's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Pass to Tyson. Got it. Good job in the low post. Tyson's got his first 2 points of the night. And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. So it's both teams making substitutions here. The Magic trail by 10. Out of bounds, it'll be Mavericks ball. On top of being such a great mid-range shooter, Stan, DeMar DeRozan has earned a reputation for also being a timely scorer. He performs well in the clutch.
Yeah, I was on the wrong end of that too many times, Kevin. DeMar ranks in the top 5 among players in clutch buckets made for his career, and he was given the nickname King of the Fourth.
Oh, I like that. DeRozan bounce pass. DeRozan a screen. Harper, no good. Dallas leading by 10. Here's Williams. Jaquez with the rebound. Outside Harper. Outside DeRozan. That falls. Nice feed that time from Harper.
Often DeRozan attacks in motion, but he clearly can spot up as well.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Dallas shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Now here's Harper. Scoreless thus far. Latrey can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. Now here's Wells. Drives to the hoop. Count it. Wells has got 8 points.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Substitution for your Mavericks.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Pass to Abaji. White left side. 5 on the clock. Dunn attacking. White wide open. He fires. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
So much control from White in the mid-range.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. Now in the later stages of his career, Greg, DeMar DeRozan continues to be a master from the mid-range.
Kevin, we all know he loves that area of the floor. And what makes him so effective, the footwork. He's so good at backing guys down and creating space to get that jumper off.
Here's Abaji. Pass to Wells. Driving in. Up top, Holmes. Lets the 3 fly. And he's good on the 3-ball. 5 points in the game.
Well, so many bigs excel from three-point range these days, and he's right up there with the best.
And stolen by Dunn.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Pass to Jaquez. Harper with the ball. White covering. Rebounded by Holmes.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Partner. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Pass to White. Wells wide open. Another 3 for Dallas.
That's his 3rd triple of the night, forcing the defense to extend out.
Jaquez outside. And again, unable to change momentum here. Dallas leading by 19. White with it. Pass to Dunn. 6 to shoot. Here's White. This one for 3. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Here's Henderson. He has 7. Three-pointer. The Magic again can't hit.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
Pass to White. To the right side. 6 on the shot clock. Harper with the steal. Here's Hackett. Finish off the break.
Well, coming up the floor, you're not going to out-hustle Hawkins.
And here's White. 5 points in the game. Adebayo with the ball. Shot clock at 6. And done with the slam.
And Adebayo's such an excellent passer as a center. Finding the open man right there.
Pass to Henderson. 1:39 left in the first half. Here's Harper. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
Yeah, trying to get separation from the defense right there. Just couldn't get it to go.
Now Wells. 11 points in the game. Now Adebayo. 8 feet away. It's blocked. Here's Sohan. That one goes. Count it. Sohan's got his first points of the night.
Such a unique player. Jeremy Sohan can score anywhere on the floor. He does great things for his team.
Now here's Adebayo. Out to White. Goes back up. And it's good on the way up. White's got 7 points.
I like that from White. Attacking the heart of that defense.
From about 16, Harper's shot's good.
Well, he got to his spot in the mid-range, and that's a shot he's going to make more often than not.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Pass to Abaji. Wells in the corner. Here's Abaji. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Here's Adebayo. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
Yeah, Adebayo there throwing it down with a little attitude.
And so it's Dallas with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And it's Henderson with the ball for Orlando, trailing by 19. Next up on the docket, the Bucks following this one. That'll be the first of 4 played at home for them. A 3-pointer off the mark.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Out to the right wing. Pass to Abaji for the 3. Drills it from outside. Abaji's got the first basket of the second half. That one for Dallas. Hawkins right side. Henderson right side. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Dallas leading by 22. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Pass to White. Four on the shot clock. And it's Adebayo in the corner. Takes the 3. And Davis sends it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Well, you win and lose as a team, so the fact that they're trailing isn't all on him. But with that said, he's had a rough shooting performance.
Davis with the double team. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You two players. It'll be a jump ball.
And that one is good. Davis has got 8.
Yeah, they get one to fall. Now 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
Out to the wing. Now here's Wells. 11 points in the game. 3-pointer. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Abaji. And it's good. With time running down on the shot clock. Abaji's got 5 points in the quarter. All right, Stan, hypothetical situation. Down 1, shot clock is off. If you could pick anyone in the NBA, who do you want taking that shot?
Well, I'm going to go back in time a little bit, Kevin. The guy who really made my career for me as a head coach. I'm taking Dwayne Wade. He was the best that I ever saw. Not only did he have the ability to make clutch shots, he managed the game clock as well as anybody I've ever seen.
The situation was never too big for him, was it?
Never was, and he's so smart in addition to being as talented as he was.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
A 3. Rebound by the Magic. And here's Henderson. He has 7. Harper with the ball. That shot off the mark.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
Done outside. Wells in the corner. Got a piece of it. Adebayo with the ball. Picked up by Davis. And it's the Magic's ball. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Henderson looking it over. I've heard some talk about this idea, Stan. What do you think about adding a one-on-one tournament to the All-Star weekend?
Wow, Kevin, I love that idea. And if you could get the better players to play, I think there would be some serious interest in that from fans and some great competition among the players.
We see it every night in the NBA. That's what we all crave for, right? We want to see the biggest names against each other.
Yeah, every night we want to see the best players one-on-one against the other great players in the league.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, you'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Dallas.
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the three.
And all game long, they've worked the ball inside. It's really worked well for them offensively.
The Magic trailed by 20. For 3, Henderson. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selection. You have to be set up for success.
Now here is Carter. 6 points for him. And Adebayo throws it down.
Well, he can do that. Adebayo's an excellent athlete, even by NBA standards.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, improving dialogue between players and officials is a priority. Commissioner Silver says, now with high-fidelity audio, we're all able to hear a lot of what's being said. Now we have to take into account the high-stress environment. But there has to be a two-way sense of respect. I feel it's an area where we can make progress. Kevin?
Well, the commissioner's always looking ahead and looking at every area, which is great for the game. And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Clock is at 3. Carter inside the three-point line, and it comes off the front of the rim.
Well, he hasn't had a great night shooting the ball, but they're in the lead, and that's the only thing that matters.
To the middle, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
An underrated playmaker. I like seeing DeRozan share the ball like this.
Carter looking around. Oladipo outside. A three ball. Rebound by the Magic. Joe with it. Out defended by Adebayo. Joe can't get it to go. Mavericks leading by 18. And Adebayo throws it down hard.
Wow. Look at Adebayo there. Showing off a little bit, I think.
Pass to Williams. Outside DeRozan. Joe with it. Takes a three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Joe's got 6.
Ever evolving as a passer, DeRozan continues to impress with his ability to find his teammates.
Drains it from beyond the arc.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only one hand needed for that one. So the wing on the left. Another three for Dallas.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Now, here's DeRozan. He has 5. We've got 28 seconds left in the third quarter. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
Yeah, that's just a lack of focus. Plays like that can really frustrate a coaching staff.
17 seconds left in the third. Oladipo outside, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Carter.
The defense will take that miscommunication. Not even close.
Up top, DeRozan. It's Joe on the wing over Williams. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll return shortly. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Mavericks. Greg, every year we have the Best Teammate Award. What are some of those qualities that you admire in a great teammate?
You know, Kevin, You want guys who make you better and who make it fun to come to work every day. In the end, teammates are like family. So trust, commitment, and just enjoying being with one another, it matters.
Clock at 6. Here's Carter. And then Carter with the jam.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness in it.
Fires the 3. Rebounded by Holmes.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And the foul called on Grant Williams. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Here's Tyson from outside the arc. And no good that time.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
DeRozan for 3. Sinks the three-pointer.
Well, DeRozan's a threat from anywhere on the floor. Attacking the basket or knocking down the 3.
Pass to Oladipo. Over in the corner, Williams. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a quick pass.
Joe can't get it to go. Dallas leading by 23. Carter outside. And Isaiah Joe picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Greg, we've heard some veteran players and coaches say the league is skewing too young.
Well, because of the salary cap, you're often forced to play some younger guys, and they don't quite have a feel for the game yet. So possibly the product suffers, but it also gives you a chance to develop these young players in your system.
Carter on the wing. Pass to Tyson. Misses the 3. And it's Orlando's ball. Anderson with it, and it's Carter picking him up. Left side, Davis. Back to Harper. From about 19 feet. Shot clock at 6. Carter outside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Second personal foul.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Carter.
Carter hits them both. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Outside Harper. Outside for Davis. Shoots the 3. Victor Oladipo grabs the miss. Now Carter. Oladipo outside. So, Greg, you played the point. In creative player, if you had to pick a different position to play, which would it be?
Ooh, good question, Kevin. Probably small forward, wing. I'd like to be a fearsome finisher who can soar and dunk over everybody.
Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible. Well, look, if you give Henderson room for liftoff, he's going to jam it all over you.
Now here's Williams. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense.
At the line for 1.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Dallas making a switch here.
30. Ochai Agbaji.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. And Davis sends it back.
A two-way star, AD has led the league in shot blocking on multiple occasions.
The Mavericks pull it in.
Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
Well, it's not easy to time that up. Just not quite in sync there.
Out left to the wing. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Well, with this team leading, he might just want to put that one in his pocket next time.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Henderson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, that's his first three here in the second half. Got to think he'd like a few more of those.
15 fouls.
Greg, we see the NBA fining players for certain actions or statements.
Multiple offenders are always going to be under the microscope, Kevin. Sometimes they end up playing into those expectations, so those punishments can appear a bit skewed.
Carter pulls it in.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
And then Carter with the jam.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Left side, Williams. For three, Henderson. Rebound by Williams.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Henderson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
High motor type of player. Henderson fighting tooth and nail down low.
And that one falls for Henderson.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second. And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls.
Now here is Carter. Here's Tyson. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Something we're used to seeing here in the NBA, Coach. Retired players being critical of the younger generation. What's your assessment?
I think it's unfortunate, Kevin. I really do. I think the approach should more be from the retired players. They should have an appreciation of what they built and really enjoy the accomplishments of the current players. And then on the other hand, the current players need to look back and respect the foundation that those former players built for them.
And so here is Dallas following the three-pointer by Orlando. 6 on the shot clock. Nobody near Williams. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Williams has got 9 points here in the second half. Henderson goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
Well, sometimes you got to go in there and play big, and that's what Scoot did.
Carter outside. Driving the lane, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Carter's got 20. And so Henderson will bring it up for the Magic.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Mavericks.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-game.
And the league limiting players from making public trade demands, which I guess makes sense. That's a big change from the past, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it saves franchises from being put in a tough spot, keeps a player's trade value high, which helps the team they're leaving.
It's stolen by Davis. Pass to Harper. Outside Williams. There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Left side Davis. 4 on the clock. Offline with the baseline jumper. Here's Abaji. Pass to Tyson. There's the 3. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. It's Henderson on the wing. Launches it. No good on that one. So no problem for Dallas.